back to Brews and Books. I'm your host Camille, and today I have a very cool video for you today. I basically asked you all on Twitter if what you all wanted to see, and basically you all wanted to see what graphic novels I have in my collection on my lovely little blue bookshelf. So that is what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm actually going to give you everything that's on my bookshelf, and then as well everything that I've read graphic novel wise so far this year, and what I plan on putting on my shelves this year. Cool, am I right? So let's jump right into the beer. It's an IPA. I'm running low on beer, y'all. It's sad. As soon as I picked up the pickle beer, I don't know what beer is anymore. It's sad, but that's okay. So, it's Chignon, and I probably said that with a little bit more Frenchness than I did Spanish. But it's an IPA from, let's see, Four Corners Brewery. It's in Dallas. So yeah, I've had it before. It's a really solid IPA. It's like a typical IPA, but it has a little flair. This cap right here, you can tell it's almost like a soup can cap. It's my favorite feature. And you just peel the bad boy bag. How cool is that? It's really cool. Okay, so it's pretty good. Actually, it's a lot hoppier than I remembered. It's real hoppy. It's hoppy, y'all. So if you like hops, give it a try. Okay. So the graphic novels that I have on my shelf currently they all sit over here by Shocked Patrick. He keeps my graphic novels safe and protected. There's a lot of these bad boys. I'm just gonna pull them off. So the first one I have on my shelf is Moonstruck. If you haven't read Moonstruck, please go do yourself a favor and go do it. It is just the most adorable graphic novel I read last year. I was like, this is so cute and I want to cry. And the two main characters are, well, they're not main characters, but the main character is going on a date, and she is going on a date with another girl that she just absolutely adores, and just watching them interact, and then her interact with her friends, talking about how she's going on a date, how she's almost in love with this girl. It just was super, super adorable. The threat in the book was really, really intense. I'm sorry, y'all, because the burps are starting to come, and I'm gonna do my best. So it's a really cute read. The main character, she is a wolf. Adorable. So, and there's just different animals. Each character turns into a different animal, and it's really cool. But that one was a good one. This one doesn't have a lot of violence in it. The main character, I do believe, is a person of color, so that's even better, especially for me. I love seeing more graphic novels, and especially more books with people of color, especially African Americans and Black people. I love it. I love it. Okay. I don't know where I'm going to set this. I'm just going to set it right there. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, the next book that I have is The Fade Out. So I picked this one up from Half Price Books around the holidays, and the cover looks really cool, and I was like, oh, a typewriter, why not? So it is set in, I do believe, the 70s. Don't quote me, please, never quote me, unless I say don't quote, or wait, unless I don't, I don't know, it doesn't matter. But I do believe it's set. Let me just flip through this to double check and let you guys know that it's for sure set when it's supposed to be set. Just kidding. It's set in the late 40s. Haha. Boy, was I off. So yeah, it's set in the late 40s, and basically it's just talking about the wildness of the movie industry, and then kind of how like the women were treated, how murder was treated. There's not a lot of violence in this one, but it does have some like small graphic scenes, but they're not that graphic. So read with caution. Always read with caution. But I really enjoyed this one. It was a little bit odd as well because everything didn't flow the way that I would have preferred it to flow, but I didn't write it, so does it matter? No. So try it out. Maybe you won't be disappointed. The next one that I have is Descender, and so this one is set in space. Many of you have heard me say that I don't like reading about things in space, but I think I'm coming around, y'all. I think I'm coming around. This one is about a little boy. He wakes up by himself on a random planet and everyone's dead, and they've been dead for a while because everyone's skeletal. So this real intense, there's a dog, a robotic dog that is with him, and I think another robot, but I'm not sure, can't remember. It's really bad. Read this one last year as well. Always, for the most part, I read last year, because, you know. But it's set in space, it's really good, it's intense. It's very, like, watercolor-esque. It's fun. I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to picking up the next volume 2. Or I could ask someone to borrow it. I know some people. But really enjoyed it. This one has very minimal violence. It's very, very quick. And I think a lot of people will enjoy it. If you like space, a little sci-fi, you should do that. You should read this. Up for my favorite one. So it looks like I only have volume 1 and volume 2, which I thought I read volume 3 at some point and purchased it. It doesn't matter. But, y'all, Skyward. Skyward. I don't know how many times I have to tell everyone that if you haven't read Skyward, go get it. Go purchase it. Go, I don't know, just take a little bit of cash from savings. Just a little bit. And go buy Skyward. Just the first one. You don't have to buy both of them. Just one. This is so much fun. The premise is great. It's set in Chicago. This young girl, she is basically trying to find her own. Her dad wants to keep her in Chicago. There's no gravity. So everyone's just floating around. And technically not everyone's just floating around. They have devices in different ways to kind of stay against gravity, whatever, you know, the scientific name for it is. So basically she wants to travel outside of Chicago. Her dad is very much like, no, you can't leave. There's a lot of dangers. You don't know what's out there since gravity's not available anymore. So it's like her trying to go on this journey and trying to like have a good time. Things happen. It's wild. It's a wild ride, y'all. So I left off on the second one on volume 2, and it was like they left a cliffhanger. If you read a little bit more towards the end of it, it's even more of a cliffhanger. And on this side, when am I picking up volume 3? So Skyward, again, cannot rate it highly enough. Again, the main character is a person of color, and I'm just gonna say she's black, and that's my cup of tea. That drizzle it all over me. Done and done. So good. Go pick it up. The next graphic novel that I have, Blackbird, and I've also talked about this highly because this cover is beautiful. That's probably, out of all the covers on these graphic novels, this one's probably my favorite. The contrasting colors, y'all, hit me to the core. I love it. Contrasting colors are my favorite. And if you don't know what contrasting colors are, look at this and then go look on a color wheel on the Google and you can figure it out. But Blackbird, it is set in California. I want to say San Fran. Don't quote me. Again, please don't. This is the first volume. I am waiting patiently for volume 2. At some point, I thought I was going to find volume 2, but I did not. It's not out yet. I don't know if it's going to be out anytime soon, but it's really good. Set in California. This girl believes that she has magical powers, but she also doesn't believe it until something happens, and then she's like, yo, I got powers. And then everything's trying to stop her, blah, 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 and then a whole slew of things happen, and you're just like, bruh, what? Real big plot twist. Violence, not a lot of, I don't think there's any violence at all, so that's a plus. And the main character is POC. Do believe they are of Latin descent. So it's a good read. It's super fun. It's like super bright colored. I love the artwork in here. It's just, of course, the lovely glare on my, what's it called? What is this thing called? Ring light. There we go. It's bright. It's bright, y'all. Next book I have is Pearl. So basically, Pearl is about this girl. She currently works for the Yakuza, and she also, like, she tattoos for the Yakuza, and a whole bunch of stuff happens, and it's not very good for her and the guy that she recently just met and kind of has like taken a kin to. I like it. It's very slow paced in a quick way, and it just gave me a lot to go on. I'm currently reading the second volume on Hoopla, and I am so thankful for Hoopla, but at the same time, I hate that you can only borrow 4 books per month. It's really hard, and you have to like be really, really patient, but regardless, I'm reading volume 2. This one's really good. It's definitely like a slow burn, and it keeps you intrigued because you kind of want to know more about her because she has a special tattoo, and if I recall correctly, she gave it to herself, but I don't know. It's good. I like it. Go pick it up. Let me see if I can. I don't want to show you any more artwork because it's just going to show a glare, and maybe if I change the setting a lot better. So yeah, I mean, there's still a little bit of glare, but it's fun. I'm a big artwork fan. It's like really colorful and just very watercolor-esque. So I dig it. I dig it, y'all. This is getting to be a real situation. Okay. So next one is another good one that I'm patiently waiting for to come out. I think it comes out in March. Capri. When does it come out? Is it March or May? This one keeps getting pushed back, but it's Motor Crush. Motor Crush. This was so fun. The main character, I don't remember their name, but they ride bikes, not for a living, but they ride it to have a lot of fun and kind of, it's the thrill of it. And so there is a specific, there's this like, it's like a drug that you put into the car to swoop up, but a lot of people have been using this liquid to basically swoop themselves up. And she is using it for a special reason, to actually help her. She's not like abusing it. I hope she doesn't abuse it, but basically it's just her kind of getting herself out of trouble and getting people to help her get out of trouble. I really like it, and I'm not giving you very much description for this, which sucks, but the main character is Black, so I picked it up and it's been good. So I'm ready for volume 2. I'm ready for some more girls on bikes. I dig it. The next one I have is Paper Girls. Also a beautiful cover. This is volume 1. I haven't picked up volume 2 quite yet. I will. I keep throwing more graphic novels on my TBR and then picking those over the new volumes that I need to get for the ones I have on my shelf. So we're not even talking about that anymore. But basically these girls are paper girls. So, you know, that simply put, they're giving people their papers every morning. And so something strange happens while they're on their route and they are starting to jump from different dimensions to different dimensions. They don't know how, they don't know why, but hey, it's for them to figure out, am I right? Yeah, so I really liked this one when I read it, and I look forward to reading it. This is weird. Reading the volume, the second volume, whatever. I'm just brain farting. Yeah. So. Next, we have Saga. So, have I read all the sagas? I have not read all of the sagas. I think I still need to read 4 and 5, but I have, you know, 1 through 5. And I really like these. It's very sci-fi. It had a lot of hype at the very beginning of its career, and I enjoy them. I don't think I enjoy them as much as I've enjoyed some other graphic novels that I've read within the past year, but these ones are pretty solid enough. Like, I could keep all of them on my, I would collect all of them on my bookshelf and, you know, reread them from time to time. So that's the nice thing about them. I think it's an odd one, not my favorite, but it's still pretty good. So pick them up. Actually, for those of you who have read Saga, let me know your opinions, because I'm very curious to know if I have the same, like if we have the same thought process on it. Because, I mean, it's a solid graphic novel, but it just doesn't pique my interest like other graphic novels have. So I think, and that's why I've been really, really slow to actually finish the whole entire series. It's actually the one I have the most of, so that says different volumes, doesn't it? I also have Sex Criminals, which when I first read it, I was like, that is so cool. And then as I've grown in my graphic novel taste, I was like, I don't think I like this. So I'm tempted to read the second one to see if I like the second one more. And then like see if I can continue. But for right now, I really don't want to continue the series. I might honestly just borrow it from, borrow it for someone, or I might borrow it from my library. We'll see, y'all. It'll be interesting. Basically, if you don't know the premise of that one, it is, let me explain Saga, because of course I didn't explain Saga. Saga is set out in space. Basically this couple, they're from 2 different planets, and there's war going on between those 2 planets, and so they're basically expats. Is that what you call them? No, I don't think that's what they're called. I don't know what the term I'm looking for, but basically they're on the run. They had a child, so they're trying to protect their child and like escape, but also kind of like start over. So it's really intense, and it's got a lot of moving pieces to it. And then Sex Criminals, basically this couple, they have sex, they stop time, so they go do a bunch of shit while time is stopped. That's it. That's it. What are you gonna do? The next graphic novels that I have on my shelf, Snot Girl. Snot Girl is probably one of my favorites as well. It's got adorable covers, just super, and again, this light is going to be the death of me, but aren't they so cute? They're so cute. I want to be Snot Girl. I have allergies pretty bad already, so I could probably get away with it. I just need green hair. But yeah, Snot Girl is really good. Basically, this girl, I also think this is set in California, and she is a fashion blogger, I'm sorry. She is a fashion blogger, and she's getting into a lot of shenanigans being this fashion blogger. You know, meeting people and then doing a whole bunch of other shenanigans. Anywho, it's just super cute. The first volume left off on a big cliffhanger. I was like, yo, what happened? And volume 2, of course, explains that cliffhanger and then leaves us on another cliffhanger. So, you know, we love cliffhangers. I'm not mad. It's a really cute read. The artwork is just beautiful. I am a huge fan. And I'm not sure if there's a volume 3. There probably is, and I just haven't paid very much attention. But I'm really looking forward to continuing on with this series. And then the last graphic novel that I have on my shelf, we're just gonna start putting these back. It's called Suicide Risk. This is volume 2. I didn't realize until like after the fact. So this one I didn't care too much for. We'll see what I do with it. I don't know what I will do with it. But there's a lot of violence in here. I forgot to rate the other violences and the other books. Saga doesn't have very much. Sex Criminals doesn't have really very much. Motor Crush doesn't. Pearl kind of does, but not really. There's a couple of scenes. And then Snot Girl doesn't have any as well. I can't tell you a portion of the story because it'll give it away. But something happens. But it's not really that violent. This, on the other hand, is dumb violent. And I was just like, this is stupid. I can't do this. And it's probably because I didn't read the first volume. But it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. So those are all the graphic novels that I have on my bookshelves. At some point when I get more anime on my bookshelves, I will do an anime one, but sorry, not anime, manga. But for right now, I just have Claymore and Fruits Basket. Because Claymore is my favorite. Fruits Baskets was one of the first mangas that I actually watched. And I wanted to keep those on hand, and we'll see. I really want to do One Punch Man because that one's hilarious. That one's really good. And there's a couple of other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head that I really want to put in my collection. But for now, that's what's on there. Let's see. The books that I want to actually put on my shelf graphic novel wise, definitely Unnatural. I just finished that one this year. It is so good. It's intense. It's very much an adult book, an adult graphic novel. It's just some of the content on there. I was just like, oh, that's a really adult theme. Because even for me, I was like, oh, but it was really good. I like that all the characters in there are animals, and it's just really it's fun, but it's really intense. It's got some themes, and I'm like, oh wow, but I liked it a lot. So that one is one. There was another one, and I can't remember what it is, but there's another graphic novel that I really want to put in my collection. And there's also a lot that I want to read going forward. Let me know what graphic novels you've been reading, please. I need so many more graphic novels like to read because they are my chef's kiss, as you will. They're not. I mean, they are, but I'm just trying to make jokes. I can't do this anymore. Anywho, those are all the graphic novels that I have on my shelf, and I look forward to reading more graphic novels. Please tell me what you're reading currently. Tell me all the graphic novel recs, and as always, cheers to beer. Cheers to books. Bye, y'all.